Most people don't stay broke because they don't want money. They stay broke because they only respect money when it looks exciting. They want the big win, the viral business, the perfect investment, the side hustle that explodes overnight, the stock that goes straight up, the crypto coin that makes them rich by next Friday. But the money that actually changes your life usually doesn't look exciting at all. It looks boring. It looks repetitive. It looks slow. And that's the part nobody wants to hear. Everybody wants the reward, but almost nobody wants the process. Everybody wants the clean car, the nice apartment, the freedom, the peace, the options, the lifestyle. But the process that gets you there looks like cleaning one small section at a time, over and over again, with no applause. That's why PowerWash Simulator is such a perfect metaphor. The game is literally about taking something filthy and cleaning it slowly until the progress starts to show. And money works almost the same way. At first, your financial life can look like a complete mess. Debt, random spending, subscriptions, food delivery, car payments, credit cards, no emergency fund, no investments, no plan. And when you start fixing it, it feels like nothing is changing. You save $20 and you're still broke. You pay off $50 of debt and the balance is still ugly. You invest a small amount and your life looks exactly the same the next morning. You skip one dumb purchase and nobody notices. So your brain starts telling you, this is pointless, this is too slow, this isn't working. And that is where most people quit. Not because the strategy is wrong, but because the strategy is boring.
The truth is, boring money is powerful because boring money is repeatable. A lucky win is not repeatable. A random trade is not repeatable. A viral moment is not repeatable. But saving every paycheck, improving your skills, avoiding bad debt, increasing your income, and investing consistently, that can be repeated. And anything that can be repeated can stack. That's how real wealth is built. Not with one insane move, but with hundreds of small moves that look unimpressive in the moment. The problem is that social media has trained people to hate slow progress. If it doesn't look amazing in 30 seconds, people think it's not worth doing. If it doesn't turn into a flex, they ignore it. But most of the financial moves that actually matter are not flexes. Nobody wants to post, "I cooked at home" instead of ordering food. Nobody wants to post, "I paid extra toward my credit card." Nobody wants to post, "I didn't buy the shoes." Nobody wants to post, "I spent 1 hour learning a skill." Nobody wants to post, "I saved $100. But those are the decisions that quietly change your life. Fast money gets attention because it feels good. It gives you dopamine. It makes you feel like you found a shortcut. Someone online says, "Do this and you'll make $10,000 a month." Another person says, "Buy this coin before it explodes." Another says, "This business model is easy." Another says, "Debt is fine, just leverage everything." And when you're young, broke, and impatient, that kind of message is dangerous because it sounds like hope. But a lot of fast money is not hope. It's a trap with better marketing. The boring path doesn't promise to make you rich tomorrow. It promises something better: control. It gives you control over your spending, control over your debt, control over your habits, control over your future. And control is underrated. When you have no control, every paycheck disappears. Every emergency becomes a crisis. Every bill feels like an attack. Every bad month feels like the end of the world. But when you start building boring money habits, life slowly stops feeling like survival mode. The first step is not investing. The first step is not becoming rich. The first step is stopping the leaks. Because if your money is leaking every month, it doesn't matter how much you make. You can make $2,000 and be broke. You can make $5,000 and be broke. You can even make $10,000 and still feel broke if every dollar already has somewhere to disappear. That's why you have to look at the dirt. Subscriptions you forgot about, food delivery because you're tired, random Amazon orders because you're bored, a car payment that eats your paycheck, credit card interest, clothes you bought to impress people who barely noticed. Those are the leaks. And this is where being broke gets confusing, because broke doesn't always look broke anymore. Broke can have a new phone. Broke can wear nice sneakers. Broke can drive a financed car. Broke can eat at expensive restaurants. Broke can look good on Instagram. But behind the scenes, there's no emergency fund, no investments, no breathing room, and one unexpected bill can ruin the month. That's not wealth. That's just a clean surface with dirt underneath. Real financial progress is quieter. It's having 3 months of expenses saved. It's not panicking when your car breaks. It's not carrying credit card debt. It's being able to leave a bad job because you're not desperate. It's having options. That's the part people miss. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to become free. Looking rich is easy. You can look rich with debt. You can look rich with payments. You can look rich while being stressed every night. But freedom is different. Freedom is when your money buys you time, peace, and choices. Freedom is when you don't have to say yes to everything. Freedom is when one bad week doesn't destroy you. Freedom is when your life is not controlled by bills chasing you from behind.
And to get there, you need to stop thinking only like a consumer and start thinking like a builder. A consumer gets paid and asks, "What can I buy?" A builder gets paid and asks, "What can I improve?" That one question changes everything. If every paycheck becomes lifestyle, you stay stuck. You get paid, you spend, you wait for the next paycheck, and nothing actually changes. But if part of every paycheck goes toward upgrading your life, you begin to level up. You upgrade your skills, you upgrade your tools, you upgrade your health, you upgrade your income, you upgrade your ability to create, sell, communicate, focus, and solve problems. That's why the upgrade system in PowerWash Simulator is actually a good money lesson. You start with basic tools. The work is slow and everything takes longer. But when you get paid and upgrade your equipment, the same work becomes easier. You clean faster, earn more, and take bigger jobs. Real life works the same way. If you use your money only to buy comfort, you stay with the weak tools. But if you use your money to increase your earning power, your life slowly gets easier. A better laptop for work, a real certification, a useful course, a microphone or camera if you create content, a reliable car if it helps you work, better health, better sleep, better focus. Those are upgrades. They may not look flashy, but they can make you more valuable. Most young people don't need a luxury lifestyle first. They need a base. A base is boring, but without it, everything collapses. Your base is simple. Spend less than you make, keep an emergency fund, avoid stupid debt, learn valuable skills, increase your income, invest consistently, and don't let your lifestyle grow faster than your money. It sounds basic because it is basic, but basic does not mean useless. In fact, basic is usually what works. People don't fail because the basics are too weak. They fail because the basics are too boring. The danger is that boredom makes people chase chaos. When saving money feels slow, they gamble. When investing feels boring, they trade. When building a skill takes too long, they quit. When their normal job feels unimpressive, they start looking for some fantasy shortcut. But the people who actually win are usually the ones who can keep doing the boring thing after the motivation disappears. Motivation can get you started, but consistency is what builds the result. Think about it. Getting in shape is boring. Studying is boring. Editing videos is boring. Building a business is boring. Practicing a skill is boring. Cleaning up your finances is boring. But boring is where the separation happens. Almost anyone can be motivated for a weekend. Very few people can be consistent for a year. And if you can keep going while other people keep quitting, you create an advantage that compounds. So the move is not to fix your whole life today. That's too much pressure. The move is to clean one section, cancel one subscription, save your first $100, Pay $50 toward debt. Track your spending for 7 days. Apply to one better job. Learn one skill for 30 minutes. Invest a small amount. Sell something you don't use. Cook at home one more time this week. Do one boring money move today. Then do another one tomorrow. Because once you start cleaning your financial life, you begin to see the dirt more clearly. You notice where your money is going. You notice what purchases are emotional. You notice which habits are keeping you stuck. You notice that some things you thought were normal are actually expensive traps. And once you see it, it becomes harder to ignore. That's when your mindset changes. You stop asking, how can I look rich? And you start asking, how can I actually become free? That question is the difference between staying stuck and building something real. Fast money gets attention. Boring money gets results. Fast money makes you feel rich for a moment. Boring money makes your life stronger over time. Fast money is loud. Boring money is quiet. But quiet progress is still progress. And one day, after enough boring decisions, you look back and realize your life is completely different. The debt is lower. The savings are higher. The stress is smaller. The options are bigger. The person who started with nothing is not stuck anymore. That is the real lesson. You don't need a magic trick. You don't need to get rich overnight. You don't need to impress people who are not paying your bills. You need to stop waiting for the exciting answer and start respecting the boring one. Pick up the pressure washer, aim at the dirt, and keep going. Because the people chasing shortcuts might look faster in the beginning, but the people who master boring money are the ones who actually have a chance to become free.